Quarter horse mare. Alright. First I'll talk about the basics of grooming. We have our basic grooming materials. We have the curry comb, the hard brush, the soft brush, a comb or just a hairbrush will do, and a hoof pick. First off, this is the order you always go in. First you start off with the curry comb. The curry comb's used to break up the dirt and the mud off of the horse. You want to go in the way of the horse's coat, but you want to go in circles all around their body. You don't really want to do this on their head. Next, we use the hard brush. The hard brush brushes off all that mud and dirt that you just loosened with the curry comb. And you don't usually use the hard brush on their face either. You use it for their legs for sure though. You want to go the way of the horse's coat, and all the horse's coat goes like this, except for right here, they have a callus, so it kind of goes up like this and down. Next is the soft brush. The soft brush is used to brush off all the dust off the rest of the coat. And it's also used for the face. And then you lightly brush her face. And I usually like it a lot. Next you use a comb or just a hairbrush will do, and you want to brush out all the tangles in their mane, and their tail, and their forelock. Then you come back here, brush their tail out, usually start at the bottom, and work your way up. There's various products like Show Sheen and Detangular that will make it shiny and easier to brush through. And then the last part is the hoof pick. We use this to pick out the dirt and mud and rocks underneath the hoof. Okay, you lean up against the horse, and most of them are pretty trained that they'll just pick up their hoof. And then you want to pick on the sides, because there's a frog right here you want to try to avoid because it's a sensitive spot. So, and the brush, you can brush away all the poop and stuff. And now you can see her frog right there, the black triangle. And then you do that with all 4 hooves. And that's the basics of grooming a horse. Now I'm going to talk about the basics in showing a horse, preparing the horse to show. First off, the night before, you want to give them a good rinse and wash and scrub all over their body, including their mane and their tail. It's especially hard to keep white horses clean. To start off, after you bathe them, the night before or the morning of, you want to braid them. So you braid their mane and you braid their tail. This is for English showing. You want their mane to be on the right side, so their right side. And you want the mane to be, she has a really long mane, but we would pull this mane and make it about this length. So, and we don't cut the mane because you want it to look natural. You don't want it to look cut. So we would take a brush or a comb. Usually a comb is best. And you would pull up like this. I'm not actually going to pull her mane because she doesn't want her mane short. And you would like tease it, and then you would twirl this around and you would pull it. Since she has such a long mane, you could start off by like cutting it to like right here and then pulling the rest to get it to like right there. But we're not going to pull her mane. And also, the night before, you also want to clip. They want the horses to look neat and clean as possible. I'm not actually going to clip her because it's winter time, but you want to clip their nose hairs. They have whiskers and hairs all around their nose, and so we would clip off all of these hairs and make it smooth and clean. There's a lot of clipping on their face. And then they have these little eyelash hairs, and we clip them off too. You're going to be careful of their eyes though. And the one that horses are sensitive to a lot is their ears. You want to clip down their ears and inside and make it really clean looking. You also want to clip the hair under their head and just make it look really neat, because this does not look neat. And then also for clipping, you want to come down here to their fetlock and see all these little hairs down here. You want to clip those off also. And you would do that with all four legs. Now we're braiding the horse's mane. You want to do this the night before or the morning of. And like I said, usually the horse's mane would be this long throughout. So it's a little bit bigger than what it should look like. I already did one. I'll show you guys how to do this. You're going to do, depending on the horse's length, 10 to 15 braids down their neck. You start off, parting it off. You separate it into three parts, just like, and you're going to braid down just like a normal braid. You want to make it really tight, and you can use gel or hairspray to hold it in and hold it down. Wrap it up into a ball like this. And like I said, you want to use hairbands that are the same color as the horse. These are clear, they're not white like what they should be, but they're pretty close. And you wrap them up into a little ball, and you're going to do them all around their neckline. Like I said, you should probably use gel. You want them to hold down like this and look like this, and they go all the way down. Alright, when you braid the tail, you want to braid it differently than the mane. Instead of just doing a regular braid, you're going to do a French braid down half of her tailbone. And her tailbone is this long, so I'll go down about right here. You take 3 strands, you braid, and every braid you want to add in some more